All right, well, welcome everybody. I'm glad you could come. It's a beautiful day. A couple things up front. If you need water, you walk down the driveway, there's a black car in front of it, is a drinking fountain. If you brought a water bottle, I encourage you to pour it out because this water here is really good. I'm sure it's better than what you brought. If you need a bathroom, you continue up the driveway around the house. When you come to the back of the house, you look off to the left, and you'll see like a little wood-fired oven with the green roof. The next building next to it with the green roof is the bathroom. Now, I see there's some children here, and I really appreciate and love children. I have 7 of them. But what I'm finding today in our culture is that children, for the most part, aren't trained. It really is I mean, I have kids come in here and they're ripping off my green fruit, throwing it on the ground, throwing all kinds of rocks on my lawn, and it's just like they're not trained. And so the reality here for children and parents, I want you to enforce this: as you enter, so you leave. Don't change anything on my property. Nothing. I like everything where it is, and I want it left there. So if you're eating food, it's something you don't want to eat, don't throw it on the ground. Take it to the chicken pen or throw it over the fence, but don't throw stuff on the ground because it wasn't there before you came. And when you leave, I have to pick it up. And I don't want to do that. Now, if the children have to go to the bathroom, I like the parents to accompany them because my bathroom is really nice and very clean. And I want to keep it that way. Okay? I want to read an article that my wife just found on the internet that really validates the, let's see if I can find it here. Got all this stuff. Where is it? Oh, here it is. The benefit of soil. I love the creator. He didn't miss anything. Listen to this. This is so cool. Antidepressant microbes in soil. How dirt makes you happy.
I just read this.
Awesome. You can appreciate where I'm at. Prozac may not be the only way to get rid of your serious blues. Soil microbes have been found to have similar effects on the brain and are without side effects and chemical dependency potential. Learn how to harness the natural antidepressant in soil and make yourself happier and healthier. Read on to see how dirt makes you happy. Natural remedies have been around for untold centuries. These natural remedies include cures for almost any physical ailment as well as mental and emotional afflictions. Ancient healers may not have known why something worked, but simply that it did. Modern scientists have unraveled why many of these medicinal plants and practices, but only recently are they finding remedies that were previously unknown and yet still a part of the natural life cycle. Soil microbes and human health now have a positive link, which has been studied and found to be verifiable. Did you know that there's a natural antidepressant in soil? It's true. It's Mycobacterium vaccia. Is a substance under study and has indeed been found to mirror the effect of neurons that the drug Prozac provide. Bacterium is found in soil and may stimulate serotonin production, which makes you relaxed and happier. Studies were conducted on cancer patients and they reported a better quality of life and less stress. Lack of serotonin has been linked to depression, anxiety, obsessive-compulsive disorder, and bipolar problems. The bacterium appears to be a natural antidepressant in soil and has no adverse health effects. These antidepressant microbes in soil may be as easy to use as just playing in the dirt. Most avid gardeners will tell you that their landscape is their happy place, and the actual physical act of gardening is a stress reducer and mood lifter. The fact that there is some science behind it adds additional credibility to these garden addicts' claims. The presence of soil bacteria antidepressant is not a surprise to many of us who have experienced the phenomenon ourselves. Backing up with science is fascinating but not shocking to the happy gardener. How dirt makes you happy. Oh, Mycobacterium antidepressant microbes in soil is also investigated for improving cognitive functions. I think this is amazing. Your brain works better when you're in the dirt. Crohn's disease and even rheumatoid arthritis. Antidepressant microbes in soil cause cytokine levels to rise, which results in the production of higher levels of serotonin. The bacterium was tested both by injection and ingestion on rats, and the results were increased cognitive ability, lower stress, and better concentration to tasks in the control group. I think that's awesome. And I find that where I get my most revelation is when I'm in the ground, I have the hands in the dirt. It makes your brain work better. I love it. And what I really get about this is that the creator who designed this planet, who created the garden and put us into it up front, knew exactly what he's doing and didn't miss anything. Everything's there for incredible benefit and health. So while you're here today, I want you to, if you have any questions, please ask. It's not an interruption, okay? I've done this before, and so I have no agenda. I don't care, you know, what I do or don't do. So you've come a long way, and so I want to make sure that while you're here, you get what you came for. And so if you have questions, please ask, okay? And they're not a problem. Now, something I want to up front, just to adjust your thinking, this is something that I'm getting, is that when I saw how simple this was and how fun it is, and having done it for how many years now? 56 years, and working really hard and stressed, and finding out that I got lied to. I got lied to. And I want to share with you is that influence is a very, very powerful ingredient in life. And I, with the rest of the world, came under the wrong influence. But I've shifted, and I've come under the right influence. And I'm finding that everything's easy, it's all free, it's totally simple. I'm doing all the things I say you can't, and it's fun. And I love it. Influence is huge. And we're going to find today, as your questions come up, you're going to find that that was incorrect influence. And I'll just share with you a simple pattern to follow when you have questions. If you don't see the example or demonstration in nature, rest assured what you're being told is a lie. I want you to hear me. If you don't see the demonstration in nature of what you're being told, it's a lie. And it's usually attached to something you have to buy that makes you a slave. Did you hear me? You're going to find as you walk around my place today and you see and you taste and experience all this stuff, everything that maintains and supports this was created in nature for free, and it's renewable. I paid for nothing. I love it. Creator's good. He made everything free. It was for liberty, the word says, Christ came to set us free. Everything about God is free and set free. Everything. When you start paying for something, you need to question it, because it's not by design. I love contrast because it really helps to see perspective. So I want to take you over and show you some contrast. As we're around and you see something that looks attractive to you, you're welcome to eat it. There's nothing here that'll hurt you. We're going to come to some flowers over here, some nasturtiums, and they're really good. And so, because I want you to, there's an interesting statement in the Bible that if I had written, I'd done it opposite. It says, taste and see that the Lord is good. I'd have written see and taste. But what I'm finding is that there's something about your taste buds that open up to your mind reality. Like, wow, that was good. That was really good. And it gets you to realize, like, this is how it's supposed to be. And you're going to find everything you eat here, everything, will be sweet and tender and full of water. Conversely, everything you're eating at the store isn't like that. And it's been changed because the Creator's good. He made nothing bitter. He's not bitter. He made nothing tough. He's not tough. And what I'm getting is the plant, the produce, indicates how it lived. Track with me. When things grow quickly, they're tender and sweet because there's no resistance. Conversely, when a plant's in hard, compacted soil, can't develop roots, and they're struggling, they lived a tough life. And they're going to let you know it by their flavor. They're bitter because they experience a hard life. And they're expressing bitterness in their flavor. I'm just being real. I'm finding that everything in nature is so basic, so simple, and so covers the principles cover everything. I love simple because you can't get lost there. It's a very safe place. Where all the stuff they're telling us is so complicated, only relates to this, it's just like, it's insanity. And it's not true. I'm concerned I'm going to lose my illustration here. You see my neighbor's cherry tree right here in front of us? I was here 37 years ago when they planted that tree. It's a Royal Land cherry. And you can see it's definitely not looking real good. You see that cherry tree right back there? You see the difference in its size and shape and fullness? You want to hear something amazing? That's a Royal Land cherry tree that's 17 years old. It's 20 years younger than this one. The identical same tree. And it's in exactly the same space as far as lighting and soil. That has the skin on the earth. This doesn't. I'm being real. That thing is 20 years younger than that one. It's the same tree. And we'll get closer to it and you'll just see how thick the wood is, how full of cherries it is. I just love nature. It's not like slightly better, it's like, whoa. Well, look at this Katsura. See this Katsura tree right here? This is, guess its age. Come on, you gardeners, what, 10 years. That's good, it's 11 years old. Usually people think it's a lot older. But I want you to look at the color of the foliage compared to the cherry trees right behind it. It's just, I'm telling you, man, it's huge. Now for you gardeners, are there gardeners here? Okay, you know about trees. Trees have root balls. You know where you're standing right now, that sequoia, the roots are way beyond us. If you know about trees, they're way beyond us. I want to show you something interesting. You know when you, if you were to plant something in a root ball of a tree that big, you know how well it would do? Think about it. First of all, you couldn't access the soil because the roots are so dense. Right. I want you to notice this rhododendron growing in the root ball of the sequoia tree. Come look at it. Because it's amazingly in good health. Very full, had tons of flowers, and it's growing right on the root ball of that sequoia tree. And we're talking root, I mean the sequoia is wrapping around it. And look at the density, look how full it is, look how healthy it is. Is anybody noticing this?
Oh yeah.
This is not something that's supposed to happen. In contrast, I want to show you something interesting. You see my neighbor's rhododendron right across the fence? You see the color of that foliage? You see the thinness of the foliage? Here's again what I want you to get about the lies you're taught. I want you to look at the ground, up the rhododendron. You see that landscape cloth? You see that black landscape cloth that's exposed there? These people paid money for that material with the intent to stop weeds. And if you look at the wood chips on top of the landscape cloth, the weeds are growing in it just fine. Here's the insanity and the irony of them buying that material. It took time to lay it out. And you can see right now it's quite ugly because all the wood chips are blowing off and there's big sections of it exposed, so it doesn't look good. And here's the insanity. All the life force that's happening in the wood chips on top of it can't get to the plants because the landscape cloth is stopping it. And so you've done everything. If you tried to make this difficult and detrimental, you couldn't be more effective. And they paid money and expended labor to do this negative, detrimental situation. These are just examples of how we're being lied to.
And they haven't asked you why yours are growing so well?
Well, come here. We're going to see over here, but if you all, it'll be better over there. But anyway, they have a tree over here. It's a western red cedar that is all yellow and looking like totally wiped out. So they came up to me the other day because I'm an arborist and they knew it. Says, "What's wrong with our tree?" I looked at him and says, "The tree is starving because the ground underneath it is driveway on one side, grass on this side, and there's no covering. There's no support to the soil." And I says, look at the rest of your trees in the woods. See how green they are? And it's right there. It's only several feet off. And I says, you look at the western red cedars in my yard. You see how green they are out there? And it was so awesome. They got it. And they're putting wood chips around it. And I'm going to watch this tree turn around. That's cool. And I'm just saying, you see, and my neighbors are highly educated. They have a good college education. Are you hearing me? But they weren't taught the truth. I'm just telling you, man, you know what's so cool about the truth? You shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. I tell you, man, freedom is awesome. It's awesome to be free. And all this bondage we're in by buying all these lies and following them and being slaves to failure is pathetic. And it's really hard on the human psyche. It's very hard on us.